Most of computer users have come across Excel, and most of them have used it. Let's have an introduction to Excel and get familiar with the application and its parts. Hello everyone, welcome to morethanexcel.com. My name is Mahmoud Basyouni. If you just joined us, please subscribe or follow our pages, and surely do not forget to like our content. When you open Excel in your desktop, we land on this page, where we can choose to have a blank workbook or open one of our recent Excel files. We will go with a blank workbook. A workbook in Excel is consisted by at least one worksheet, or we can call it also spreadsheet. However, this workbook isn't saved unless I click on this icon or click Ctrl S. If you want to have the Save As dialog box, just click F12. We can easily add sheets by clicking on the plus here. We also can rename our sheets by double-clicking the sheet name. Once we name it, just press Enter. A sheet contains many cells. All those boxes are called cells. You can input numbers, text, or formulas. Just select the cell by clicking on it, start typing, and then press Enter. You can replace the value by typing directly on top of it. If you want to edit the value inside, double-click and do the needful modification, then press Enter. A useful shortcut to edit is to press F2. Each cell has an address. The address of this cell is C3, which means the column C and row 3. The intersection of a column and a row forms a cell. We can see the address of the cell in the name box. It shows us the active cell address. Now it is C3. Here it is F4. We can also use it to navigate to a specific cell. I just need to enter the cell address. Let's go to cell D50. I type in it, D50, press Enter, and I jump immediately to the cell D50. To navigate back to the first cell, I just press Ctrl Home. This is the formula bar. Whenever you input a text or a value in a cell, it is displayed in the formula bar. If I move to any other empty cell, there is nothing in there. I can also input formulas in cell. Formulas always start with an equal sign. So I type equal and then move with my arrow to cell C3 and press Enter. In my formula bar, it has the formula, not the text. But in C3, it is still a text. The Excel grid also allows us to select a column, a row, or multiple columns, or multiple rows. I just need to click on the header of the row or column to make a selection. And if I click and drag, I will be making multiple selection. We can also use the shortcut to make those selections. Ctrl space to select an entire column, Shift space to select an entire row. If I right-click on a column, I have a whole bunch of options here. I can insert a column or delete one or do other stuff. I can also use Ctrl plus to insert a column or a row and Ctrl minus to delete one. An Excel sheet has more than 16,000 columns and over 1 million rows. If we use Ctrl and arrows, we can navigate easily to the end of a row or a column. To go back, as we said before, we use the famous shortcut Ctrl Home. Another term that we need to know is range. A range is a group of cells. If I click on this cell, then drag my selection, I am selecting a range of cells. I can also click on a cell, hold the Shift key, and move my selection with the arrow keys. How do I reference this range? Or what is the address of it? We reference it by the address of the first cell on the top left and the address of the last cell on the bottom right, separated by a column. So this would be B6 until E10. How do we write it? B6, then a column, then E10. This range will be used inside formulas. Let's talk about mouse icon or mouse cursor. The regular one is called General Select. It is the selection tool to select cell or select range of cells. If I move my cursor to the border, it will change to the move icon with 4 arrows. If I click and drag my filled cell, the total cell move to the new location. If I move C3 to D5, it has a new address. Third cursor is the fill icon. If I go to the bottom right corner of the cell, the mouse cursor now is a fill icon. If I click and drag to any direction, it fills the cells with the value of the original cell. So if I drag a text, it will fill a text. If I drag a formula, it will drag and update the formula based on the new cell. When writing my name, and my name surely doesn't fit in a cell, it looks like it is in there. But look closely on the formula bar. When I move my selection to the adjacent cell, the cell is empty. So I need to change the size of the cell. If I hover my cursor to the line between the 2 letters of the column, it changes to the resize icon. I can click and drag to resize it manually, but if I double-click, it will automatically resize the column for my cell to fit in. We might not want it to fit horizontally. I might want to have my family name on the second line. If I expand my row, it won't help. It will keep it in the same row. Luckily, we have a wrap text option, and it's here. To undo the wrap, just click back on the wrap text. Based on your selection, if you right-click, different options will appear. So if I right-click on a cell, I have these options, and if I right-click on a column, I have other options. Now let's look at Excel menu. This is what we call the ribbon. It has different tabs, and each tab has different options. The most common one is Home, where I can change fonts, adjust my alignment, I can also do sorting and filtering. The second one is insert, where I can insert charts, pivot tables, or create tables. When we hover over a feature, we get more information about it, and it also indicates the shortcut key if it exists. Like to create a table, it tells me the shortcut, it is Ctrl T. We will talk about tables in other video. A good idea is to take some time to check all tabs to see all different options you have. Some of the groupings have additional options. You can access them if this arrow is shown at the bottom right of the grouping. Like here, clipboard, font, alignment, and numbers have this arrow, so they have additional options. But styles doesn't have. The options inside might be the same as the ones in the tab, but presented differently. But regularly it has more advanced features. To increase the space of the grid, you can collapse the ribbon by double-clicking on any tab, or use the shortcut Ctrl F1. If you click on a tab, the ribbon appears, then disappears when you click away. To make it as before, just double-click again on the tab, or Ctrl F1, and it will stick again. The File tab isn't like the other tabs. This is where you can open a file, or save a copy of your file, or save it as PDF, or check your account or advanced options. To go back, either click on this arrow or just press Escape. I hope that was a quick and informative introduction to Excel. Please take the time to like, comment, and share your thoughts in the comment section below. See you soon on morethanexcel.com.